This segment sponsored by Foster Financial. Welcome to Wealth Wednesday with Foster Financial as we discuss different topics to help you with financial planning and retirement planning. And joining me today is Caleb Doane, their Vice President. Hey there, Caleb.
Hey.
Hey, you staying warm?
I'm trying to, yeah. The weather's making that a little difficult, though.
Yes, but the snow is beautiful.
It is.
I just want to snow like every day.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we are talking about more end-of-year planning, and we're going to talk about phantom capital gains. Now, I don't think we've discussed this before, so what is that?
Yeah, I don't think we have. This is kind of a unique phenomenon in certain types of investment accounts. So it's specifically related to mutual funds in an after-tax brokerage account. So if somebody has like an individual or a joint account that they have with an advisor somewhere, or even if they manage it on their own, mutual funds are something that you can invest in, and you can buy one share of the mutual fund and it might own a bunch of different positions inside it. So it owns Apple and Microsoft and Nvidia and all these different companies. Now, you might not sell any of that position that you hold over the course of the year.
Okay.
But if the fund manager for that mutual fund sells any of those underlying positions for whatever reason, it can cause you to have phantom capital gains, is what we call it. And the reason we call it phantom capital gains is because most of the times you feel like you don't end up owing capital gains taxes unless you sell something at a gain.
Okay, yes.
And so in this scenario, you aren't selling anything at a gain, but that mutual fund manager is, and so that gets passed on to you. And so there's people that own these positions for the entire year. They didn't buy or sell anything, but then they get hit with a big tax bill at the end of the year, and sometimes that's not the most efficient way to make sure that your accounts are invested.
Yeah, that's like surprise, surprise.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Like what? Okay, so this applies to people specifically who have mutual funds, and mutual funds is different than having just a regular 401k. Is that correct?
I mean, a lot of
Don't
times
you know it?
401ks can be invested in mutual funds, and they're kind of tax sheltered in a certain way. They're tax deferred. But specifically with an after-tax account that has mutual funds inside it, these phantom capital gains can push you up into a higher tax bracket potentially, especially if you have a large position in this. And so people would certainly know if they have a large position in these mutual fund accounts, but they might really not know that there's an alternative option. They might just kind of be used to, every year I end up owing in, $3,000 or $4,000 because of these capital gains, or I've had to get set up on estimated payments because I've owed in so many years for these capital gains.
And so they're owing, but the capital gains are actually like increasing, right? It's doing some type of value to their overall portfolio?
Yeah, the account values are growing, which is great to see, but there can be this kind of tax drag on the account because they're having to pay taxes every single year on it. An alternative that we can use are exchange traded funds, so ETFs. And these typically do not have these phantom capital gains issues that mutual funds do. So that way you're a lot more in control of the taxes, or your advisor is a lot more in control of the taxes that you're going to end up paying at the end of the year. So even if my client's account's values have gone up significantly over the course of the year, if we're in ETFs and if we're managing, what we're selling out of and what capital gains that we're realizing, we can help avoid some of those capital gains in the accounts, and the client doesn't get hit with a surprise tax bill. And so people out there might just be used to paying these capital gains every single year, and that doesn't have to be the case. If we change kind of the investment structure over to something like an ETF, we can help avoid these phantom capital gains for the long term. Okay,
and this is something that people are aware of. Like they would know if they are getting charged these capital gains, and moreover, they will know if their stuff is in mutual funds.
Yeah, that's typically the case. So a lot of times people would know that, they just might not know that there's a good alternative there. And so oftentimes when we're investing in these after-tax brokerage accounts, we're using ETFs as opposed to mutual funds to help avoid these capital gains, because sometimes it can cause issues. You can get pushed up into a higher tax bracket. You can get pushed up into higher Medicaid tiers or Medicare tiers where you're paying a little bit more for your Medicare insurance and retirement. There's a lot of things that the phantom capital gains can kind of cause issues with, and so we want to make sure we avoid those.
Okay, sounds like that's a part of your strategy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you, Caleb.
Yeah, thank you.
And if you would like more information about Foster Financial and to learn more about their strategy and how it can benefit you, you can actually give them a phone call. They offer complimentary consultations. And I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Foster Financial.